It was also around that same time. Remember I said, have you ever outed yourself? I received an award. I was a school counselor. This award was called, it was for the counselor that was overall just outstanding. And it was a surprise award. This is where I outed myself. Because I wasn't expecting the award, I outed myself in my speech of thank you and appreciation in front of the district of counselors. I said, I appreciate my husband for taking care of me, something like that, on moments when I don't feel my best because I have multiple sclerosis. I could see the reaction on their faces in the room. It was almost like a little bit of wind left the room. It was out there now. MS was no longer my secret. But remember I said you have to have that reframe, that mental pivot. And that's where I was in my life. You see, I had reframed this thing totally. So it was my secret. It was my struggle. It became my strength. And now it's my story. Had I not taken that mindset, had I not realized what functional exhaustion is, I wouldn't have been able to do the great things I've since been able to go on and do. I've authored 2 books. I started a business. Also, I walked away from a career I loved. I actually walked away from education after 27 years. But I'll be honest, with that one, I needed a little help. I did work with a coach. And then there was another pivot that happened in my life. We all are made to feel like a pivot is quitting. It's not. That just means you're redirecting yourself. You're changing direction, but you're still staying anchored to something. That's what it means. And so, remember I mentioned that I was so upset when I received my MS diagnosis because we were on an autism journey with our daughter. I'd allowed that autism journey, that title, to become my identity. My daughter is in her late 20s now. She's 24. And up until this year, everyone knew me by Tanyika, Butler. I was the autism advocate, autism mom. And so I no longer wanted to hide my identity. See, my resilience that I was hiding, my secret, my struggle, my strength, my story made me resilient. It wasn't anything I needed to be embarrassed about. So, yes, I'm still that autism mom, but that title doesn't lead me anymore. I lead right now, leaning into being, a resilience pivot coach and not just that autism advocate. So just know when things happen in life, you got to reframe it. You got to take control over it. So Maya Angelou once said, I may be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced. That was a part of the reframing for me. MS changed me, but I refuse to let it reduce me. So just know, mental pivots are pivots. Pivot doesn't have to be big. You can pivot after 45, and that you're going to be okay. Just like I had to reframe that diagnosis that was my secret. Just know what was once my secret, my struggle, my strength is now